Welcome back to the E&S Hoover Show. About a month ago, I got to sit down with a business legend, Jim Shorkey Jr., and it was a very long interview. So, as I told you before, I'm going to be kind of clipping that interview out into different sections. And in this particular interview, Jim talks about multiple streams of income and how it can be bad for your business as much as it's good for your business. Very interesting way of looking at it. I'm a big fan of multiple streams of income, but it makes you be a little bit more hesitant when you hear somebody with this much business experience talk about it. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. All the support is much appreciated. And don't forget to hit me up on social media at E&S Hoover. Enjoy the video.
You need to sell real estate, and that's your thing, right? And when you get involved with too many other ancillary things, you take away from the real estate business. And it's actually, if I was to give you advice on business, I would say work on your business until it is maximized, or at least 95% maximized, and then go to other venues. But the fact is that this idea of multiple streams of income is a very slippery slope, because when you take your eye off the ball of a business that's not fully matured and fully maximized, well, when you take your eye off the business suffers. So now you're making money over here with your multiple streams of income, but over here you're suffering. And so you end up maybe losing it all. So if you focus on your business only, the real estate business that is, then, and this is what people aren't telling you this, but the fact is that it costs you nothing to focus on your business and improve your business. The idea of multiple streams of income sounds very sexy, right? And it just automatically works, right? You know what I mean? Like, If you do this, you're going to make $1 zillion. It's automatically going to work. Well, guess what? That's not reality. The fact is that if you look it up, I don't know the numbers now, but the vast majority of startups fail within the first year. So you have this business, you're doing well, and you're going to start this other source of income. If it fails, you can lose everything. And so that's not to say that you don't pursue other multiple streams of income, but make sure the present stream of income is stable. And here's an example of good accounting, right? You should be looking at, you should take your monthly expenses in your business. So whatever that is, 50 grand, 100 grand, I don't know. But whatever that number is, that's what it costs you to run your business. You should have cash on hand, minimum 6 months, okay? It's called working capital, and preferably 12 months. And if you have 12 months of working capital to cover your expenses in the event of some kind of a disaster, then you are what is called bulletproof. You're financially bulletproof. And so oftentimes people don't have enough dough in the business, and then they go out doing other stuff, and they're taking her off the ball, and the dough drops, and next thing you know, they're in trouble. So there's a thing called working capital, a day supply of working capital, and I would say bare minimum 6 months. I prefer 12 months, because you become very, very solid, and then you can say, well, okay, I'm going to go do this extra source of income, but now my business is stable that I can take a few hits over here, and I'm not going to go under, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So that would be advice I would give you. I would be very cautious of the multiple streams of income. From the point of view, people are always selling that crap, but businesses do fail. It sounds great, right? Oh, wow.
Think of how many failed last year during the pandemic.
Absolutely, because they weren't. And by the way, if you failed during the pandemic, sorry to tell you this, it's because two things. You weren't ready. If you failed, so my question to you directly, if you failed, was, did you have 6 months of working capital on hand when COVID-19 hit? That would be question number one. Not you, but to this person who failed. The second question I would ask this person who failed is, did you execute what is called a pivot? A pivot is, so I have this business, but the external circumstances shifted, a la COVID-19. And what did you do different as a result of COVID-19 to get yourself through this thing? So many people sat on their hands. So many people went home and played video games. So many people went around complaining and moaning and all that. When in fact, the people that pivoted, they ended up making a new source of income within their business, and then the thing bounced back, and guess what? They kept the new source of business, and then the old business came back, so they had now two. And so they actually ended up better off after COVID than before COVID, the ones that number one, executed that pivot and had enough cash on hand to survive the whole pandemic. But and I'm not making fun of COVID-19, I'm not disparaging it, but the fact is, you're too little. You're too little. What could you do to get rid of COVID-19? So it's a circumstance. You can't do anything to change it. So why not make the best of it? Why not do your best? Why not work on self-improvement during COVID-19? You don't need to be watching TV all day long. You should have been working on self-improvement. Maybe developing a new career. People tell me, different people told me, well, there's no jobs out there. What? Yes, there are.
There's a hiring sign everywhere.
Everywhere you go. I remember a guy was telling me there's no jobs out there. I literally left him, went to the grocery store. There were 7 signs in the grocery store that they were hiring this and hiring all these. So that's just a bunch of bullcrap. There are jobs out there, and quite frankly, if your business is suffering, why aren't you out getting a second job? Why aren't you delivering pizzas? I mean, your business is suffering. You weren't ready, but the pivot would be, well, I'm going to bring in more money via this vehicle or that vehicle, or I'm going to alter my business. Like these restaurants, they started doing this, takeout thing, and the ones that really got good at it, and the delivery service and all that, they made money. Yeah. And the ones that sat on their hands, gone.